Well, it appears that Jamal Murray is still inconsistent. Still inconsistent and still like really the only thing that's consistent about Jamal Murray right now is that he has been inconsistent. The highs are not as high as they have been in the past, and the lows are somehow lower. Swipa, we're going to talk about Jamal Murray right now. I'm very curious to get your thoughts. What do you think has really contributed to this slow start for him to begin this season? Why are we not seeing a good version of Jamal Murray right now?
Yeah, it feels like a confidence thing, and how I know is the free throw shooting.
Mm,
He has been missing more free throws as of late than he normally would. I think he's shooting 77% from the free throw line on the year. So to me, that's correlating between him shooting 33% from three, 40% from the field. And when you see him shoot the ball, as of late, it's gotten better in spots, but it just doesn't have quite the confidence. And then defensively, he has been a vastly different defender. And he's never been a good defender, but he's been a vastly different defender than he was at points last year in the regular season, and especially in the playoffs in 2023. Jamal Murray just looks like a dude that is trying to find himself. And I think what's frustrating about that is being in year 8 now that he's in, you would just expect that at 27 years old, he would be in a different place and that you would be able to trust him for more consistency because typically, Ryan, when you have a guard like this with this kind of skill set, this is the point where they're like in their prime and they're like putting together all-star, all NBA years.
oh yeah.
But we're in a place with Jamal where it's like, can we just get back to regular season Jamal when he wasn't even an all-star? And I think that's just the thing about Jamal Murray's growth and development. If I have to be completely objective about this and look at the empirical data in front of me, Jamal Murray, based on his role, based on his career, based on how he was ascending in 19 in the playoffs and 20 in the playoffs and then 21 in the regular season, based on who he's playing with, he's been disappointing. And right now, if he retired, he'd be a 2023 NBA champion and he would make one of the rookie teams in 2017. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that would be on his ledger. And I think for someone as talented as Jamal, that is very disappointing. And especially given you're playing next to someone who will likely go down as one of the 10 best players that's ever walked the earth. I think Jamal Murray in totality has been disappointing, but this year especially has been the biggest one.
Yeah, I haven't gone through all the names, but I'd probably call him a bottom 10 starting point guard right now. Like there are 30 starting point guards in the entire NBA. Previously, in previous years, we were talking about could he be as high as third? Could he be as high as fourth, fifth in that general like top 5 point guard range, along with the names like Stephen Curry, Damian Lillard, Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving? These names that are always at the top. Then we've also seen other guys rise into that level. De'Aaron Fox previously had games where he had like what 60 points and 50
Mm-hmm.
points in these
Mm-hmm.
this early season period. And it's not like the Kings are awesome right now, but you can't really blame it on the lack of effort and the lack of ability from a lot of those other guys. And just you look at the details with what's going on here. I just don't know what to expect from him on a night to night basis. Based on what we've seen previously from him, you should expect two-man game with Nikola Jokic, somebody who can get his shot whenever he wants to, somebody who's jittery, who's quick, who gets to the rim, who can, but even when he doesn't get to the rim, he's pulling up from three. He's lethal whenever you give him an open shot. But that's not the player that we're seeing right now. And I don't know if we're going to ever see that version of him ever again. And that's a very scary thing for the Denver Nuggets. It's why there's so much pressure. It's why there's so much difficulty in trying to evaluate this Nugget season right now because everything else has gone reasonably well for Denver. It's just Jamal Murray in the backup center position.
And one of the things that's really disappointing right now, Jamal Murray's averaging 5.7 points per points or possessions per game rather, pick and roll. He's only at a 0.84 in
Mm.
terms of points per 100 possessions right now. And that's really disappointing. And I think that speaks to where Jamal Murray is mentally, with where his shooting is. Like he's been a very, very good mid-range shooter and an elite 3-point shooter for really the course of his prime. But You just don't even have that to depend on. It's at the point, Ryan, where Jamal Murray gets a wide open three, and I'm like, I hope it goes down. And especially when someone's not like an elite defensive ace, you have to be able to provide consistency. And I think that's what the Nuggets are begging for. They're begging for consistency. They're begging for someone to be able to step in and step to the role that they're being asked to play, and to be able to provide. Like, I think Christian Brown's been very consistent, but he's not a star guard. Like, I think Michael Porter's been very consistent. He's not a star playmaking guard and creative guard. I think Aaron Gordon's been consistent, but that's not his role either. Like, they have everyone in their role doing their job, but it's Jamal who needs to be able to be what he is in order for the Nuggets to reach their ceiling. And he's playing so poorly that they're underperforming where they need to be in order to really survive on a night-to-night basis a lot right now. And it's been a very, very, very dark path. And I think the thing is, Nuggets fans feel it. They've been feeling it since the playoffs last year when he was hurt. They felt it in the Olympics when he didn't play well, and then now they're feeling it now for, really the almost the first quarter of the season.
Denver can't win a championship unless Murray gets back on track. It's full stop. There is zero path for them to be able to do it unless he figures some stuff out, or they make this major trade that we're not really foreseeing right now. Denver doesn't have a lot of pathways. The easiest way forward for them to be successful is for Murray to get back on track and do the things that he was previously doing in his career. At this point, we've talked about whether he levels up and is an all-star, an all-NBA player. You mentioned this earlier. I'm not even worried about that anymore. I'm just worried about him getting back to a stable place where he's helping the team every single night. Against the Knicks, the entire team really struggled. There was a horrible moment, a horrible low point for the team. In the midst of that, we saw some good things from Jamal Murray offensively.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure how much to take from that, but there are signs that maybe he kind of gets into that more stable place. But I do think in general, if he could start delivering on that, like a 20-7 on a pretty consistent basis, that would be a great place to start. And Denver's just got to kind of ride that wave, at least for a little bit, if they can.
Denver has been a dominant team historically when Jamal Murray scores over 20 points a game. Denver has been a preeminent team when he scores over 25 points a game. Really, that's about what you're asking for all-star guards in the league right now. And so Jamal, hopefully he gets there. Again, I'm of the mindset I don't really care about all-stars, all NBAs. I don't really even just want postseason. I want regular season good play from a player who has that responsibility on the team.
We will see what happens. We'll see if he could get back on track. Let us know down in the comments. Do you think Jamal Murray can bounce back? Do you think that he's capable of doing it? What do the Nuggets need going forward from Jamal Murray? He's Swipa. I'm Ryan. We're out.